When Sonny and Laura, two of the most formidable forces in Port Charles, finally backed that snake Pascal into a corner, I thought, finally, justice. But no, because this is General Hospital, and nothing is ever that simple. Pascal, that coward, played his final card by revealing a security system at the estate that only he can deactivate. Can you believe the audacity? He is practically holding the entire rescue mission hostage, begging for his life while swearing he is the only one who can save the captives. It makes my blood boil just thinking about it. If you ask me, the psychological game here is just as dangerous as the physical threat. Pascal is singing like a canary, confessing his role in that cold fusion project, but he is desperately trying to paint himself as a mere pawn, a victim manipulated by that monster Sidwell. Do I buy it for a second? Absolutely not. I have been watching these characters for decades, and I know a manipulator when I see one. Yeah, there is Laura, standing there with the weight of the world on her shoulders, genuinely terrified for the lives of those trapped inside. She is the moral compass, the one who always tries to do the right thing, but here she is, practically forcing Sonny to agree to a deal with the devil. Seeing them have to weigh the life of a criminal against the safety of the hostages is enough to keep any of us up at night. It is a gut-wrenching, impossible choice. Think about the sheer risk involved here. They are essentially forced to trust a man who has made a career out of deception. What happens if they let him walk and he turns the tables again? The tension is absolutely suffocating. Sonny, who is usually the one calling the shots and making the hard, often ruthless decisions, is now caught in a web of someone else's making. He wants to crush Sidwell. He wants to settle the score, but Laura is the anchor holding him back, reminding him that the priority is getting those people out alive. The way these two, with all their history and their differing philosophies on justice, have to align their strategies, it is just riveting television. It is messy, it is desperate, and it is exactly why I have been glued to this screen for as long as I have. You have to wonder, what is really going through Pascal's mind? Is he truly terrified, or is this just another layer of his elaborate scheme to slither away from the consequences of his actions? I have a sneaking suspicion that he is holding back even more secrets. He talks about being manipulated by Sidwell, but we know better. These people in the shadows, they never act alone, and they never tell the whole truth. If he has a security system that only he can control, that tells me he was far more integrated into the project than he is letting on. He is not just a participant. He is a gatekeeper. And now he has handed himself the keys to his own freedom by making himself indispensable. It is brilliant in the most sickening way possible. The fallout from this, regardless of how the rescue plays out, is going to be explosive. If Sonny and Laura go through with this bargain, they are inviting a wolf into the henhouse. They might save the hostages today, but what happens tomorrow? What happens when Sidwell finds out his puppet has cut a deal behind his back? The danger to everyone involved, including Sonny and Laura themselves, is going to skyrocket. I can almost see the look on Sonny's face, that grim, calculated expression he gets when he knows he is walking into a trap but has no choice but to push forward. And Laura, poor Laura, she is going to be haunted by this decision for a long time, regardless of the outcome. And let us not forget the emotional toll on the captives. Jocelyn and Liesel, what they must be going through in that room, waiting for a rescue that feels like it might never come. Every passing minute is a lifetime of terror. When they finally learn that their path to freedom is being negotiated by the very person who helped lock them away, it is going to be a betrayal of the highest order. The psychological trauma of being in that position, knowing your life is a bargaining chip in a game between criminals and law enforcement, is just devastating. I honestly do not know how they keep their composure under such circumstances. I find myself constantly asking, Is there a hidden angle here that we are missing? Could there be a third party involved that we haven't even considered? Maybe someone else is pulling the strings from even deeper within the shadows. We know the history of Windermere. It has always been a place of dark secrets and shifting loyalties. Pascal's confession feels like the tip of the iceberg. What if he is not just trying to save his own skin from Sidwell, but also trying to protect something even more sinister that he is hiding within that security system? The thought of what that project could actually be capable of, if they are really going to such lengths to keep it under wraps, is terrifying. It is so frustrating, isn't it? As viewers, we want to see the good guys win. We want to see the villains get their comeuppance. But the show keeps throwing these curveballs that make a clean victory impossible. We are forced to watch our favorites compromise their morals just to prevent a tragedy. It makes you realize that in Port Charles, no one is ever truly clean. Everyone has blood on their hands, and every victory comes at a cost. That is the genius of the storytelling, I suppose, but it is also what makes it so incredibly difficult to watch sometimes. You just want them to catch a break, to find a way out that doesn't involve making a deal with a snake like Pascal. And don't even get me started on the dynamic between Sonny and Laura. They have been through so much together over the years, and their partnership here is really highlighting the contrast in their characters. Sonny is all about action, about neutralizing the threat, while Laura is about preservation, about saving what can be saved. When they clash, you can feel the sparks flying. It is not just about the mission. It is about their fundamental view of the world. Seeing them navigate this together is like watching a masterclass in drama. They are both at the top of their game, and yet they are both clearly out of their depth with this specific threat. I keep coming back to the cliffhanger potential here. If this deal goes south, and let's be honest, in this town, it almost certainly will, who is going to be left standing? The stakes have never been higher, and the room for error has vanished. We are looking at a situation where one wrong move could result in the loss of lives that are so central to our community. If something happens to Jocelyn or Liesel, the repercussions will be felt for years. It is not just a plot point, it is a turning point for the entire town. It changes everything. I am also thinking about the role of the security system. If Pascal is the only one who can turn it off, what happens if he is incapacitated? What happens if he is lying? The sheer number of variables is enough to drive a person mad. I have been sitting here trying to map out every possible scenario, and in every single one, someone ends up getting hurt. It is a lose-lose situation, and yet they have to play the hand they have been dealt. It is the definition of a high-stakes thriller, and I am here for it, even if it is agonizing to watch. What do you think, guys? Do you think Sonny and Laura are making a mistake, or is this the only way to ensure the safety of the people trapped at Windermere? Is there any version of this story where Pascal actually helps them, or is he just setting them up for an even bigger fall? I, for one, am absolutely convinced that he has an ace up his sleeve that we haven't seen yet. He is too smart, too practiced to give up the game this easily. I suspect the real danger is only just beginning, and that we are about to witness a confrontation that will change the landscape of Port Charles forever. I cannot shake the feeling that we are heading toward a climax that will leave us all breathless. The pacing is perfect, the tension is palpable, and the stakes are as high as they can possibly be. It is a testament to the writers that they can keep us on the edge of our seats like this, decade after decade. It is not just a soap opera. It is our lives, our community, our drama. And right now, it is more intense than it has been in a very long time. So, here we are, left with the burning question. Will the deal with Pascal actually lead to a rescue, or will it be the catalyst for a catastrophe that none of our heroes can recover from? Is it possible that the very system they are trying to deactivate is designed to trap them as well? I truly believe we are on the precipice of a major disaster, and I am terrified to see how it all unfolds. Are you ready for what comes next? Or are you hoping for a miracle? Tell me, do you really believe that anyone is coming out of this unscathed? Or are we all just waiting for the inevitable tragedy that seems to be looming over Windermere like a dark cloud?
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.